Okay. First quote unquote relationship was way back in college. And I wouldn't really consider it a relationship because we never got to the point where we were like, okay, we're legit dating. We would like talk and everything. We'd kind of go on dates. If you would consider that dates, they weren't really like we go out and then it's a sit down him and me thing. It was always like we were with other people, and so our behavior would be different because we were like conscious that there were other people there. And it was kind of like, the torpe. It was like an open secret, but we were kind of like scared to show it to other people. It's a very common thing in the Philippines. I don't know if this happens anywhere else in the world, but yeah. So the lines were very unclear. Like I assume because we never really had that like conversation of like telling each other we like each other. It was kind of like, I guess, a mutual understanding. So yeah, so we'd talk and we'd hang out, but then it was kind of in secret. I don't know. It was like honestly looking back, it was very OA and it was super dramatic, and I don't know what was up with all the drama.
Well, I mean, you guys were young too, so of course
Yeah, but
maturity
I
levels
think
are different.
I was what, like 19?
Babe, that's very young.
Well,
How old
I
was
guess
he?
the same age.
Well, I know that you make a lot of mistakes when you're young, so
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sure they're
You live and you learn.
exactly, exactly.
So
Okay,
that
and
was my first quote unquote relationship.
okay, and how
And
would
it
you
never
describe it? Like, would you say were you happy or
I was always confused.
okay,
I think that's the word. So I
okay.
was confused. Like I know he likes me, but does he really? And I would hear like all these stories from all these people about like, oh, you know what? He's talking to this person. He's talking to that person. You know, you're just one of the people he's talking to. And I'd never confront him about it because I didn't want to seem like I cared too much.
Well, that's why it was very different
Very
when we
immature.
dated. When
Yeah.
we dated, like I was very direct. Like I like you. Okay, I want to date you. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was a nice story. That was fun. For my
Okay.
first. Okay. So I think I was around maybe 17 in high school, and I was dating a girl who was a batch higher than me. So she had graduated before me, and
He went to high school in Cebu.
so this was in Cebu, and I mean, I was young, I was very dumb, so it was a very juvenile kind of relationship. We had our
Short lived.
monthsaries, very short. Yeah, it was very short. I remember I was courting her for about maybe 6 months before we finally got together. After when we finally got together, we had a few good moments. We went on dates and stuff, but things kind of turned bad when we went LDR because she had to go to Manila at the time to study in university. And I remember I was handling it okay because I was thinking, I mean, it doesn't sound good, but I was young, so I was thinking, okay, maybe this is not going to be like my last relationship, right?
You
Get
were
into the
thinking of
relationship.
getting other people. You can
That's
say
why.
it.
So yeah, so I was that was incorrect from my part too. You could say I kind of led her on, and I feel very bad about that. That was very immature of me. But when you're young, it's not excusable. But when you're young, you make these dumb mistakes, right? And I think what really hit me hard was when she went to university. She missed me so much, and it came to the point where she wanted to leave university just to come back to see me again and be with me. And I was like, okay, I'm putting a stop to this now because you're putting your dreams, you're putting your future on hold for me, and you don't deserve that. That's not right for you. That you deserve to have your dreams. So I remember telling her. I remember breaking up over the phone with her, and that was the worst thing you can do. And I
Oh my
remember
god, you were a Joe
my
Jonas.
yeah, it was awful. And I remember like the words I used, like my choice of words were awful.
What
Like
did you say?
like I think I said something like you don't deserve me, and I think she took
I
that like
hate
the
that.
wrong way. No,
Why?
she took it the wrong way because she's like, so I'm not good enough for you. I'm like, no, that's not what I
No.
mean. That's not what I mean. So it was more of like you don't deserve me. Like I'm not the best guy for you right now. And yeah, so she really took that badly. We ended really on really bad terms, but I remember like we kind of made up after a while. We started to become friends again, not really friends, but we'd reach each other happy birthday every now and then. And I haven't heard from her in years actually. But I hope she's doing well. I have a great respect for her. She's a very nice girl. I still feel really bad for how I handled that and how immature I was at the time. I was very childish, but I feel like me personally, I feel like what I did was the correct thing, because her putting her dreams on hold, her putting her everything on hold just to stay closer to me and be with me, was wrong to begin with. And I'm glad I ended it sooner rather than later,
Yeah.
because at least it was like a 3-month relationship, so at least in those 3 months we had a good time, and that was it. I ended it soon. If it was more than that, it would have been a harder, it would have been a bigger heartbreak, right? But I remember being very, very upset because I still felt very bad, and I still lost a girlfriend. And even though it was me who initiated the breakup and everything, part of me still cared about her a lot. I remember crying a lot when that happened, and yeah, I was quite upset. But anyway, that was my first relationship. It did not end well, but we had our good moments, and for the most part, it was fun, even if it was 3 months.
If you guys want to check out the full episode, click the link on the screen or head on over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever podcasts are available. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you soon!